Hi guys, I'm Sisi.
And I'm Mski.
And we're watching Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 6 of season 1.
Okay, so in the previous episode, the main character died. This doesn't usually happen, but I guess Jujutsu Kaisen is one of those shows.
They'll revive him somehow.
They'll most likely revive him. That guy at the end mentioned that Yuji is not really dead. I wasn't really sure about what he was talking about.
Yeah, and who that guy is.
Yeah.
He's not a curse.
Yeah, he's definitely not a curse. He was talking to other curses though.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was a sorcerer,
Yeah.
but maybe from that other school. Because, you know, there's two Jujutsu high schools.
Yeah.
So he might have been from that other school. We'll see about that. Now, in the previous episode, that scene with Megami and Yuji dying was a little bit confusing to us. Obviously, we understood most of it, but we needed some clarity on a few things. And in fact, what happened is that Megami tried to save Yuji, so he was about to use a Jujutsu that was most likely gonna be detrimental to him, and he was gonna die from it, which is what Yuji sensed. And in that moment, Yuji did
Take control over the body.
he came out and pretty much sacrificed himself for Megami, knowing that he's gonna die and he doesn't have a heart.
Yeah.
And then after that, the entire dialogue between Megami and Yuji was just Megami answering his question about whether Megami regrets saving Yuji, because remember Yuji did ask him that prior to the whole thing happening, which was a sweet moment, honestly. I mean, we both talked about it in the discussion, but Megami just grew as a character for both of us in that episode a lot. Like, he definitely is like one of the, well, he's right beneath Gojo for me, I would say. And Gojo does have like a lot of points for just being cool.
Gojo is top 1 for you.
Well, of course, like he's at the top.
Oh?
The only confusing part about that scene for me is that we as viewers were left under the impression that Yuji couldn't take over his body.
Yeah.
And then he somehow did it. And I wonder how that happened, because obviously he couldn't have done it prior to Sukuna pretty much keeping him hostage in his body and ripping his heart out. So why didn't Yuji do it beforehand? Obviously the answer is that he couldn't. So how was he able to do it after that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We both took a look at that scene because, and in the entire episode as a whole, because we were really curious about a lot of things. We missed a line by Sukuna where he was saying something about a pact. He was talking about that brat wanting to use him without a pact.
Yeah, which was a mistake.
Which was a mistake, yeah. I don't know what that pact is about though. But I feel like whatever happened in between, you know, Yuji actually managing to take over his body again had something to do with that pact.
Like, they had some pact, but after...
Yeah, I'm talking about like surely they had something going on behind the scenes that they didn't show us.
Well, while Sukuna was fighting with...
Yeah, maybe.
Megan.
Yeah, I think so. So the entire confusion for us was the fact that we were just left under the impression that there's no way for Yuji to take over his body, and then he somehow did it. But that whole thing with the pact explains this thing. But we still don't know if there was a pact going on. That's my assumption at the moment. And then the other thing I wanted us to discuss in the discussion, which we didn't have really that much time, was about Gojo. Because he did get angry at the higher-ups for pretty much setting up Yuji to die.
Yeah.
And we did get a little bit of a serious side from Gojo for a little bit. That was that gave me a little bit of goosebumps, not gonna lie. But in essence, these higher-ups stepped over Gojo not somehow, quite clearly they stepped over him. Because I feel like these higher-ups are just really fearful of Sukuna, so they just wanted to do the safe thing by, you know, killing Yuji, I guess.
Yeah.
Getting rid of Yuji and Sukuna. Well, Gojo didn't like that, so he's now gonna have to deal with them. He even said something like, I want to kill all of them or something.
Yeah.
He was really mad.
The way he talked.
Yeah. So we've always got that goofy side of him, that funny and bright side, but
the serious one is better.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's better, but I would say it's like wow. I mean, you don't realize how strong he is unless he puts on that serious face of him. And then lastly, what was going on with that Panda Senpai? Panda Senpai is just...
I love Panda.
That armband?
Yeah. I was expecting it to be bamboo. I love bamboo. I'm a panda. I love bamboo. Why?
To be honest, you do have a point. They miss out on that. It's weird having a I will love panda on you when you're a panda yourself. But yeah, I mean that character is probably gonna be a really fun and cool guy. So yeah, I mean, who comes up with an idea like that? And what about the other sorcerer who was only able to say like words in terms of like dishes or restaurants?
My eyes were on the panda. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I feel like everybody felt that way. Like that other sorcerer and the girl as well. They didn't have that much glamour to them as much as the panda, I would say. Like the panda took it all, like the attention all for himself. So we'll see, interesting characters. This episode is probably gonna be as good as the rest. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's go.
Don't forget to check out our Patreon where you guys can get full length and early access to our reactions. The link is in the description. About to see Panda Sensei. Panda. Kung Fu Panda. Let's go. Oh, that's his spine.
Yeah.
Oh, and Sukuna's there. Oh. What? Wow.
I'll look down on you.
Yuji challenging Sukuna like that? He really is an impulsive brat, I can't lie. I have to give it to him, he does have that undenying like belief in himself, or just stupidity more so, to be honest. He's kind
Respect for that.
Well, he's kind of not afraid of anything, that's the thing about him. Remember how he jumped through that window in the first episode? That was his first time ever doing like something like that.
And his first time seeing a curse.
He has that edge to him, which was what Gojo actually
was looking for.
Exactly. After rain. Oh, so many corpses.
こちとらお前に殺されてんだぞ。腕を直してやった恩を忘れるとはな。その後心臓取っちゃったでしょうが。
Hit it.
はあ、食いしばれ。鼻から足場。引っかかってや。あ、取った。
Oh, that was smart.
お前はつまらんな。
Look, it's not funny to him anymore. He got impressed by that, Sukuna.
俺の聖徳領域だ。
Main.
伏黒が言ってたような。心の中と言い換えてもいい。つまり、俺たちはまだ死んでいる。
Oh.
お前が条件を飲めば心臓を治し生き返らせてやる。
Oh, so he can do that.
散々生きっといて結局てめえも死にたくね。
So that's a pact he was talking about.
近いうち面白いものが見れるぞ。条件は2つ。
Something to do with Megami?
が啓発と唱えたら1分間体を明け渡すこと。2、この約束を忘れること。
Ah, you forget this promise?
もう二度と体は貸さん。ならばその1分間誰も殺さんし、傷つけんと約束しよ
う。Oh.
信じられるか。信じる信じないの話ではない。これは縛り。制約だ。守らねば罰を受けるのは俺。
Oh.
分かった。どいてくれ。条件を飲む。
I mean, you have to. There's no other choice.
してのかよくわからんけど。まあ生き返るためだしな。
Oh, he's really giving it to him?
無条件で生き返らせろ。そもそもてめえのせいで死
Oh, he's not falling for it.
今から殺し合って小僧が勝ったら無条件で。俺が勝ったら俺の縛りで生き返る。
Oh, don't be stupid. Don't agree to that. Really?
そんな僕がなんで高専で教鞭を取っているか聞いて。
Ask me.
有事のことでもわかる通り、 上層部は呪術界の魔窟、保身バカ、世襲バカ、高慢
He hates them, the higher ups.
連中を皆殺しにするのは簡単だ。それじゃ組がすげ変わるだけで変革は起きない。そんなやり方じゃ誰もついてこないしね。
Yeah, you would be an outcast.
僕は教育を選んだんだ。強く里い仲間を育てることを。
Oh.
みんな優秀だよ。特に3年はかり、2年乙骨。彼らは僕に並ぶ術師になる。
Oh, we haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
ちょっと君たち
Fuck, he really does feel bad about it.
もう始めるけどそこで
お、フルチンじゃん。
いじちうるさい。
Oh, look at the way Gojo was smiling.
ユージ。おかえり。
Oh, welcome back.
おっす。ただいま。
Oh, they're so sweet. Oh, high-fiving each other. Oh, those curses.
あのテーブルに近づけば死ぬ。 五条悟。やはり我々が。
Oh, that guy can sense them.
Yeah.
得られるか、最悪君たち全員払われる。殺すより封印することに心血を注ぐことをお勧めする。
Sealing him.
全然注文しねえな。誰かせかしてこいよ。一人でテーブル席だし。
Oh, guys.
冷房ついてるよな。
ジョーが興奮するな、熱くなる。
Jogo.
お客様、ご注文はお決まり。
Damn.
Fuck, really?
いいだろう。
Fuck, why would you do that? Oh, that
Damn.
lady. Fuck, I get he's a curse, but like, why do that, bro?
スクナの指何本分の強さだ。
甘く見積もって8、9本分ってとこかな。
Half of Sukuna.
獄門今日はしにくれ。その代わり五条悟はわしが殺す。
Bro, these innocent people. Okay, I'm gonna pause it for a little bit. So obviously because Sukuna did beat Yuji, it's gonna be on his terms.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to meet like certain conditions for that
Yeah.
pact to exist. That was weird though. It seemed like Sukuna had something in mind. Like he definitely has a goal
Of course.
on his own, is what I mean. Like he's not interested in the sorcerers or anything.
Yeah.
They also played that scene with Megami where he was doing the Jujutsu thing,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
Sukuna was impressed by and he was interested in.
So it seems like Sukuna let Yuji take control over his body back then.
No, that's not why I'm saying that. Maybe, I don't think that's the case. I'm just saying that because it seems like Sukuna has a goal. Like all he wanted was just a minute for whenever he wants.
Yeah.
That was the deal they made. So what exactly is it that he's interested in? That's the question we need to figure out. And what the fuck is going on with these curses? Why did they have to kill all of them? But it seemed like a few of the people at the restaurant sensed the curses, whereas
Yeah.
a few of them didn't. I wonder why that was. Like, is it like completely random? Because I know that a few people, like regular people, can see curses.
Yeah.
In fact, as far as I remember, it's that people can see the curses right before they sense that they're about to die or something like that. So maybe these guys just had that feeling, whereas that other guy didn't.
Maybe.
Maybe.
正直自分はあそこの人たちを助ける
Was the prisoner.
仲間たちは違います。成し得ませんでしたが、息子さんの生死を確認した後も遺体を持ち帰ろうとしたんです。
Oh, so he has something to give her, yeah.
Yeah.
いいの謝らないで。あの子が死んで悲しむのは私だけですから。
It
It's
is.
really hard for a mother. to hear those news.
Well, yeah, but she also knows that he was a dick, I think.
Yeah, this doesn't make it better for her.
Yeah, obviously.
呪術師としてどんな人たちを助けたいですか？
See Megami having that inner conflict.
聞かなきゃよかった。
She didn't take it seriously. Oh, Panda Sensei!
あの二人は何してるんですか？
受け身の練習。
たかな。
Falling practice.
Practice.
今覚えるべきは呪力のコントロール、そして呪術に関する最低限の知識だね。
もう助けらんなかった。それどころか伏黒を殺しかけて。
Well, that wasn't you. And you did save Nobara. Or that kid.
ではまずあちらの缶ジュースをご覧ください。こっちが呪力で、こっちが術式。
なるほど。
Ah,
呪力を
that's exactly how I feel.
Burst energy and electricity.
電気だけじゃちょっと
Okay, sit quiet. Senpai is teaching.
簡単な式神とか結界術は別として、基本的に術式は生まれながら体に刻まれているものだ。だから呪術師の実力は才能がほぼ8割って感じなんだよ。
Oh.
俺もサンダーとかファイヤーとかできると思ってたから。
パワーボムはできるでしょう。大仁田か。
ああ。
Wait, this is so funny.
Yeah.
そのうち君の体には少なの術式が。
Oh, that's why he's so hyped.
あの時なんとなくコツはつかんだ。
じゃあやってごらん。ここに打ち込んで。どうせできないから。
怪我しても死んないよ。
いいから早よ早よ。
He isn't gonna do anything.
Yeah.
ねえ、呪力。
なんで？
呪力の源は負の感情。君の言うあの時は怒りや恐怖に満ち溢れていたんだろう。
Mm.
重力を使う時は常にブチ切れてなきゃいけねえのか。確かに伏黒もいつも切れ気味だったかも。
Now it makes sense.
訓練方法はいくつかあるけど、有事にはかなりしんどいものをやってもらうよ。
どんな？
映画鑑賞。
Watching movies.
But that's what we're doing, and we don't have cursed energy.
こいつと一緒に見るんだ。
何このキモ可愛い人形。
可愛いか。
No, it's not. It's not cute. It's snoring.
That's one of those dolls that's actually a curse.
Yeah, yeah.
容量得ないんだけど。
焦らない焦らない。そろそろだよ。その呪骸は一定の呪力を流し続けないと目を覚まして今みたいに襲ってくるよ。
I'm so happy my monkey isn't a cursed one.
いろんな映画が揃ってるからドキドキハラハラワクワク泣けて笑
Wait, is that John Wick?
God should have left him a movie with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
わからんな。お前あの時なぜ逃げた？宝の持ち腐れだな。
あれは俺には特急に勝てる可能性。
Mm. That's why Sukuna was so interested in him.
赤の導線、青の導線、どっちを切ったらいい？
Or is that the movie Yuji is watching?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that thing is gonna wake up now. It's gonna smack him right in the face.
君を信じるよ。
Oh, he's so invested. Is it gonna happen?
You were right.
Oh, you can't do that in this moment. Or this curse is gonna attack him here.
先行ってて。
これ何か試されてます。
Are you testing me?
殴る的な。
僕を何だと思ってるの？
では。
That guy's full of shit, by the way. His driver, Itachi. Yeah. I knew something was up.
Damn.
君
That curse is dying.
So what, we're gonna have like a curse half of Sukuna's power against Gojo?
And Gojo will beat him.
We all
Will
know who's
beat
winning
his
that.
ass. Gojo will beat.
Calm down.
Go, go, Gojo.
おや早速困ってる子がいますね。新入生かな 力が練れないようですね。アドバイスしていきましょう。君は狭い歩道を歩いている。目の前には応対の男子大学生。彼らは君には気づいてない。殺意が湧くだろう。
うるさい。
So weird. Okay, that was it. Okay, so it went a little like what we expected. Yuji is alive and he's doing well, and he's now gonna be undercover. Now let's start off with that scene where Gojo was explaining how the whole cursed energy and techniques work.
Yeah.
Because we've both been like pretty interested in how these things work ever since we started the show, and I feel like we never really got a proper explanation about it. We kind of just had to like look at a few comments of you guys and obviously try and come up with any theories ourselves.
And thankfully now we get the explanation, and it was compared to electricity, simplified, so we can understand it.
Well, yeah, Gojo Senpai is a really good teacher, I have to say that. So what was it? So cursed energy is basically like electricity.
Yeah.
And pure cursed energy is basically like being able to channel like electricity, like superheroes that can do that in other like supernatural shows. That's what pure cursed energy is like, just being like super strong, something like that. And then the other thing was cursed techniques, which are being channeled by cursed energy.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like in the same way we're using energy for appliances. And
the technique is the appliance.
The technique is the appliance, and it's basically like using electricity as in cursed energy for it to work. And then right after that, Gojo explained that you use Jujutsu, which is like the ability to kind of master and use different appliances. So the better your Jujutsu is, the more like computers you can channel, the more I don't know, any electrical appliance you can use. And then he talked about like how Jujutsu is not really something that you can really learn, to be honest. Like he did say that
you are born with it, kind of.
80% of it is just innate talents, and it's either you have it or you don't.
Yeah, but Sukuna kind of lives in Yuji, so he'll get to the point where he has his techniques engraved into his body.
Yeah, that's what Gojo was talking about, I think. Well, it makes sense when they share the same body, and Yuji's even able to suppress Sukuna.
Yeah.
For that to actually happen. See, the only thing I'm not really sure about is I always thought that Sukuna was so strong that he's basically like the electricity himself, you know?
Yeah.
That's the perception that I had, like he's channeling electricity. Whereas Gojo mentioned using Sukuna's cursed techniques, which would imply like Jujutsu and...
Well, I think that Yuji cannot use like his pure energy, but he can use the techniques because they will be the one to be engraved into his body.
Well,
not the energy itself.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, yeah, but how is he gonna control it though? Like if you don't know Jujutsu,
he'll have to watch more movies to learn.
Yeah, I mean, that thing with the movies, at first I wasn't really sure what it was about, but then it made sense to me. Basically, Gojo is playing him these movies because they're so interested and they're making you be invested into them. So
and then
that curse,
it's just
don't
boom,
smack
boom.
me like
and in the most interesting moment.
Yeah, basically you have to be able to stay focused and not distract yourself with these movies, which is so challenging because the movies themselves are like really good. So that's the whole idea behind the training. Now the other interesting angles during this episode were Megami and Sukuna. I don't know what was going on there, but it seemed like, well, we did talk about it in the middle of the reaction about Sukuna obviously being interested in Megami, that Jujutsu that Megami was about to use, and so on and so on. But like, Megami now realized that he probably can defeat Sukuna. Well, he can't obviously now, but he can develop in a way that he would be able to.
There is the potential.
There is a potential with him, and Sukuna was kind of
aware of that.
And he was throwing, insults at him and clues like, why did you run back then, just sitting in fights.
He didn't know that there was a plan.
Yeah. Well, he did, Sukuna. He knew exactly what they were doing, obviously trying to get Megami out of there so Yuji can let Sukuna out. That's what they did. That was the plan.
Yeah.
And Sukuna knew it. He was just angry with them. Like, what are you doing all that for? Just making a pact with me and then we can have at it, Sukuna is kind of just angry with these kids in a way, I feel like, because he's this omniscient being that's lived forever, and he's like, what are these cheap tricks that these kids are trying to pull off on me? Like, that's the way he feels, I feel like. And in the sense, he was like, he saw potential in both Megami and Yuji. Well, in Megami, he saw a potential about like strength and Megami basically having like an interesting ability that he was about to use. And in Yuji, he's seeing somebody that can allow Sukuna to come out every once in a while. Like, remember that previous episode I was talking about how, to me, it seems like Sukuna would be down to work with Yuji, because what else would Sukuna be doing? Like, being trapped in 17 other fingers and basically being food for other curses constantly. Whereas with Yuji now, he can actually come out every once in a while and do something. It makes sense that he would want to do that. So Megami is clearly going to be on this path to find how to get stronger and achieve that he supposedly has, whereas Yuji is now going to have to spend some time obviously being trained and taught by Gojo, and then he's going to have that moment where he kind of is able to manifest Sukuna's powers for himself, and they're gonna be really strong.
Yeah.
As I said, I mean, the other interesting thing about this whole pack thing for me is, what was Sukuna wanting to do with those 1 minute every once in a while? And it's not even once in a while, it happens when he wants it to, when he chants execution or something like that. So it's gonna be interesting the next couple of episodes or season if that pact is gonna stay permanent, I presume. But it's gonna be interesting because we'll have like an interesting dynamic. What if like Sukuna just warms to Yuji, and in a moment where Yuji is about to die, obviously Sukuna comes out, and that's before Yuji is able to manifest Sukuna's powers I'm talking about. It's probably not gonna happen this quickly, but I wonder if like, what if Gojo Sensei is on the brink of death and Sukuna wants to come out and finish him or something like that. It's a lot of...
I don't think he has intention of killing Gojo or Megami or...
I really don't, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you properly. Yeah, he probably doesn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If he wanted to kill Fushiguro, he would have.
To be honest, we don't know anything about that. I just kind of threw that one out there because I was wondering about it, but let's not try and predict it because we don't really have anything at the moment, I feel like. The last thing I want us to discuss is about those curses that attacked Gojo and that other guy who I feel like he's a sorcerer. He has to be.
Yeah.
He's probably from that other school.
He has too much knowledge to not be a sorcerer.
He does have something against Gojo. He might be angry that Gojo is the strongest and he wants to have his position. I would guess.
A beef between
beef,
them.
Yeah, exactly.
One-sided, though.
Yeah. And it was interesting during this episode, like Gojo was talking about wanting to revolutionize the Jujutsu world and bring everybody together or something like that. And you can tell that there's a reason for that with that other guy who's probably a sorcerer, but he's doing shit on his own and basically just being a giant setback for the rest of the sorcerers that are actually trying to do good. Because he has like relationships with these curses and he's working with them actively, which is like, what is going on? Even in the previous episode, there was a line between these curses and that guy that somebody asked the other, so your boss wants us to switch roles now, the curses and the sorcerers. Yeah. So that whole thing is quite fascinating to me.
It was the guy who asked the curse.
I think so.
So the curses have
a boss. Well, maybe not all of them, but just that guy. That curse, in particular. So I feel like there's gonna be a battle between Gojo and the other sorcerer. Obviously one fighting for the goods, one fighting for whatever he's fighting for. He probably has like a reason behind doing everything. And we're gonna find it out, but not for the time being. But I'm pretty interested about why that is. Do they have something against him? You know, stuff like that, I guess. That's been a brilliant episode though.
Yeah, it was.
Quite fascinating. Next episode we're gonna have Gojo against that curse. That's gonna be interesting battle. We're finally gonna see Gojo in action.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a display of his full strength, which is what I wanted to see ever since the start of the show. Because we did have like a glimpse of him fighting Sukuna, but that was really nothing. Now we
curse he's going to.
You're so angry.
He's gonna cry for his mama.
Well, if Gojo has half the enthusiasm about that fight as you do, it's gonna be a quick battle. I can tell you that. Anyways though, thank you for watching this reaction, and if you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and tuning into the next video, and we'll see you there.
See ya!